You are watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. Now for a look at the news making international headlines this Friday, 3rd of December.
Heavy rains that triggered floods and landslides in central Vietnam, leaving at least 18 people missing. Authorities say some feared dead, with houses destroyed and roads damaged. The Vietnam Disaster Management Agency has reported that heavy rain, flooding, and landslides have affected the provinces of Quang Nam, Quang Ngai, Binh Dinh, Phu Yen, and Kon Tum. Heavy rain began 1 week ago. The government has said that rains have subsided. However, efforts were underway to locate those missing. One person died after being swept away by floods waters in Kon Plong district, Kon Tum Province, while another victim died in floods in AnLao district, Binh Dinh, the following day. VDMA reported 2,617 houses were damaged by floods, including 17 in Phu Yen, 1,500 in Binh Dinh, and 950 in Quang Ngai. A total of 182 households have been evacuated across the province of Quang Nam, mostly affected by landslides. Landslides and flooding have blocked national highways, interprovincial and local roads, while communities have been left isolated in 3 provinces. Schools and educational establishments have been closed, and thousands of students are missing classes in Binh Dinh province due to massive flooding. Beach towns Phu Yen, Binh Dinh, and Vietnam's main coffee-growing province, Dak Lak, were hardest hit. The floods have inundated 780 hectares, about 7.8 square kilometers of rice fields, although no damage has been reported so far to coffee farms. Vietnam is prone to storms and flooding due to its long coastline. Natural disasters, predominantly floods and landslides from storms, killed 378 people last year.
Ukraine holds artillery drills next to the borders of Russian-annexed Crimea, as reported by the Defense Ministry on Wednesday. Servicemen train weekly their skills in preparing practical actions to detect and destroy airborne forces of an imaginary enemy. The commander of Joint Forces of Armed Forces of Ukraine, Serhinayev, says the Ukrainian military are ready for military actions under different scenarios. The drills also aimed at detecting and destroying an enemy take place weekly. While Howitzer Artillery Crew Commander Volodymyr has declared that the soldiers must undergo such drills regularly so not to forget some details. A footage shows servicemen setting up and operating Howitzer systems. Russia has been building up forces near its borders with Ukraine, and Kiev, the United States, and NATO have voiced concerns about a possible Russian attack, a suggestion the Kremlin has dismissed as false. Ukrainian troops have fought Russian-backed separatists in a conflict in eastern Ukraine that Kiev says has killed 14,000 people since 2014. Meanwhile, Russia is also having its regular winter military drills in the southern military district, parts of which border Ukraine, and that 10,000 troops had relocated to training grounds across the huge area. The Defense Ministry has made a statement that the drills would also take place in Crimea, the Black Sea Peninsula which Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014, and in a Russian region bordering Donbass, a swath of eastern Ukraine seized by Russian-backed separatists the same year. US officials, NATO, and Ukraine have for weeks been raising the alarm about a possibly new Russian attack on Ukraine, pointing to unusual Russian troops movements near its borders. Russia has dismissed those suggestions as fear-mongering and has said it has the right to move its troops on its own territory as it sees fit. The Russian military drills, which involve motorized infantry units, would take place in more than 30 training grounds in at least 6 different regions.
And torrential rains battered the northwest town of Medellin for 2 days, from Tuesday to Thursday, causing massive flooding across the city streets, sweeping away vehicles, buses, rocks, destroying everything on its path, and rivers overflowing and blocking many roads. Authorities have reported that the torrential rain left 80 houses flooded and 7 injured. No fatalities have been reported. Authorities will hold an extraordinary risk management meeting to discuss measures to be taken for the immediate relief of affected residents.